I'm Trisha from Play School.
And I'm Monica. Hello.
John here. Hello. We're going to say some silly rhymes.
And sing some silly songs.
It's all nonsense.
It's all Fooba-Wooba.
Saw a flea kick a tree.
Fooba-Wooba, Fooba-Wooba.
Saw a flea kick a tree.
Fooba-Wooba, John.
Saw a flea kick a tree in the middle of the sea.
Hey John, ho John, Fooba-Wooba, John.
Saw a snail chase a whale.
Fooba-Wooba, Fooba-Wooba.
Saw a snail chase a whale.
Fooba-Wooba, John.
Saw a snail chase a whale all around my fingernail.
Hey John, ho John, Fooba-Wooba, John.
Heard a cow say meow.
Fooba-Wooba, Fooba-Wooba.
Heard a cow say meow.
Fooba-Wooba, John.
Heard a cow say meow. Then I heard it say bow wow.
Hey John, ho John, Fooba-Wooba, John.
Rat-A-Tat-Tat.
Who is that?
Only Grandma's pussycat.
What do you want?
A litre of milk.
Where's your money?
In my pocket.
Where's your pocket?
I forgot it.
Oh, you silly pussycat. Pussycat, pussycat, where have you been?
I've been to London to look at the Queen.
That pussycat, what did you there?
I frightened a little mouse under her chair.
What did the mouse say? What did the Queen say? And what did the cat say?
Fiddle-Dee-Dee. I had a cat and the cat pleased me. I fed my cat by yonder tree. Cat goes fiddle-dee-dee.
I had a hen and the hen pleased me. I fed my hen by yonder tree. Hen goes Jimmy Chop.
A cat goes fiddle-dee-dee.
I had a goose and the goose pleased me. I fed goose by yonder tree. Goose goes swishy, swashy, swishy, swashy.
Hen goes Jimmy Chop, Jimmy Chop.
Cat goes fiddle-dee-dee.
I had a pig and the pig pleased me. I fed my pig under a tree. Pig goes gruffy, 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 gruffy.
Goose goes swishy, swashy, swishy, swishy.
Hen goes chuck, Jimmy chuck.
Cat goes fiddle-dee-dee.
I had a dog and the dog me. I fed my dog by yonder tree. Dog goes whiffy, woofy, whiffy, woofy.
Pig goes gruffy, gruffy, gruffy.
Goose goes swishy, swashy, swishy, swashy.
Hen goes Jimmy Chuck, Jimmy Chuck.
Cat goes fiddle-dee-dee.
Hated a cat and the fiddle. The cow jumped over the moon. The little dog laughed to see such sport. And the dish ran away with the spoon.
Let's run away, spoon.
Oh, if you wish, dish.
Diddle-dee, Dumpty, the cat ran up the plum tree. Half a crown to fetch her down. Diddle-dee, Dumpty. A.B.C, tumble down D. The cat's in the cupboard and can't see me.
Cat's in the cupboard, dog is too. Cat's in the cupboard, dog is too. Cat's in the cupboard, dog is too. What shall we do, Tom Farmer?
What shall we do?
Cows in the kitchen. Cows in the kitchen. Cows in the kitchen. What shall we do, Tom Farmer?
What shall we do?
Ducks in the dustbin.
Whackity-ack-doo.
Ducks in the dustbin.
Whack-whack-doo.
Oh, ducks in the dustbin.
Quack-quack-doo.
What shall we do, Tom Farmer?
What shall we do?
Sheep's in the shower, kangaroo too. Sheep's in the shower, kangaroo too. Sheep's in the shower, kangaroo too. What shall we do, Tom Farmer?
Oh, what shall we do?
Rooster's in the rumpus room. Rooster's in the rumpus room. Rooster's in the rumpus room. What shall we do, Tom Farmer?
I know what we'll do. Chase them away then, shoo, shoo, shoo. Chase them away then, shoo, shoo, shoo. Chase them away then, shoo, shoo, shoo. That's what we'll do, says Tom Farmer. Come on, move yourself. Come on, clear off.
No, come on. Shoo.
Baa Baa Black Sheep, have you any wool?
Yes, sir, 3 bags full. 1 for the master, 1 for the dame, and 1 for the little boy who lives down the lane.
Baa Baa White Sheep, have you any wool?
Yes, sir, 3 bags full. 1 for the jumpers, 1 for the frocks, and 1 for the little girl with holes in her socks.
Baa Baa Grey Sheep, have you any wool?
Yes, sir, 3 bags full. 1 for the kittens, 1 for the cats, and 1 for the guinea pigs to knit some woolly hats.
Thank you, said the kittens. Thank you, said the cats. Thank you, said the guinea pigs. We'd like some woolly hats. My hat, it has 3 corners. 3 corners has my hat. And had it not 3 corners, it would not be my hat. Ah, peanuts. My hat, it has 3 peanuts. 3 peanuts has my hat. And had it not 3 peanuts, it would not be my hat. Elephants. My hat, it has 3 elephants. 3 elephants has my hat. And had it not 3 elephants, it would not be my hat.
Hello, Cookie. Hello, Cookie. Hello, Cookie.
Cockatoos. My hat, it has 3 cockatoos. 3 cockatoos has my hat. And had it not 3 cockatoos, it would not be my hat.
What a hat! And now another very surprising hat, the Quangle Wangle's hat. On top of the crumpety tree, the Quangle Wangle sat, but his face you could not see on account of his beaver hat, for his hat was 102 feet wide, with ribbons and bibbons on every side, and bells and buttons and loops and lace, so that nobody ever could see the face of the Quangle Wangle Quee. The Quangle Wangle said to himself on the crumpety tree,
Jam and jelly and bread are the best of food for me, but the longer I live on this crumpety tree, the plainer than ever it seems to me that very few people come this way, and that life on the whole is far from gay,
said the Quangle Wangle Quee. But there came to the crumpety tree Mr. and Mrs. Canary, and they said,
Did you ever see any spots so charmingly airy? Maybe build a nest on your lovely hat. Mr. Quangle Wangle, grant us that. Oh, please, let us come and build a nest on whatever material suits you best, Mr. Quangle Wangle Quee.
And besides to the crumpety tree came the stork, the duck and the owl, the snail and the bumblebee, the frog and the thimble fowl with a corkscrew leg, and all of them said,
We humbly beg, may we build our homes on your lovely hat. Mr. Quangle Wangle, grant us that. Mr. Quangle Wangle Quee.
And the golden grouse came there, and the pobble who has no toes, and the small Olympian bear, and the dong with a luminous nose, the blue baboon who played the flute, and the orient calf from the land of Toot, and the attery squash and the bisky bat, all came and built on the lovely hat of the Quangle Wangle Quee. And the Quangle Wangle said to himself on the crumpety tree,
When all these creatures move, what a wonderful noise there'll be.
And at night, by the light of the mulberry moon, they danced to the flute of the blue baboon on the broad green leaves of the crumpety tree, and all were as happy could be with the Quangle Wangle Quee.
There was an old man with a beard who said, "It's just as I feared. 2 owls and a hen, 4 larks and a wren have all built their nests in my beard." Quiet!
There was an old man called Michael Finnigin. He grew whiskers on his chin again. The wind came out and blew them in again. Poor old Michael Finnigin.
Begin again.
There was an old man called Michael Finnigin. He grew whiskers on his chin again. The wind came out and blew them in again. Poor old Michael Finnigin.
Begin again.
Right. There was an old man called Michael Finnigin. He grew whiskers on his chin again. The wind came out and blew them in again. Poor old Michael Finnigin.
Begin again.
There was an old man called Michael Finnigin. He grew whiskers on his chin again. The wind came out and blew them in again. Poor old Michael Finnigin. Phew.
Begin again.
No.
What do you mean, no?
There was a man who always wore a saucepan on his head. I asked him what he did it for.
I don't know why.
He said,
It always makes my ears so sore. I am a foolish man. I should have left it off before and worn a frying pan.
Mr. Red.
Mr. Red?
Yes, I know a man called Mr. Red. He wears saucepans on his head.
I know a man called Mr. Blue. He keeps white mice in his shoe.
I know a man called Mr. Green. He mows his lawn with a sewing machine.
I know a man called Mr. White. He cleans his teeth with Vegemite.
I know a man called Mr. Brown. He rides tigers into town.
There was an old person of Ware who rode on the back of a bear. When they asked, "Does it?" he said, "Certainly not. He's a mopsican, flopsican bear."
Oh, the bear went over the mountain. The bear went over the mountain. The bear went over the mountain to see what he could see.
And all that he could see, and all that he could see was...
The other side of the mountain, the other side of the mountain, the other side of the mountain was all that he could see.
Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. A bear was Fuzzy Wuzzy. When Fuzzy Wuzzy lost his hair, he wasn't fuzzy, was he?
Is a caterpillar ticklish?
Well, it's always my belief that he giggles as he wiggles across a hairy leaf.
Oh, really?
Today I saw a little worm wriggling on his belly. Perhaps you'd like to come inside and see what's on the telly.
It's play school.
Oh! What do you suppose? A bee sat on my nose. Then what do you think? He gave me a wink and said, "I beg your pardon. I thought you were the garden."
Little Peter Rabbit had a fly upon his nose. Little Peter Rabbit had a fly upon his nose. Little Peter Rabbit had a fly upon his nose, so he flipped it and he flopped it and it flew away. Achoo! Little Peter Rabbit had a cold upon his chest. Achoo! Little Peter Rabbit had a cold upon his chest. Achoo! Little Peter Rabbit had a cold upon his chest. Achoo! So he rubbed it with camphorated oil. Oh, what a rub that is. Oh. It's back again. Little Peter Rabbit had a fly upon his nose. Little Peter Rabbit had a fly upon his nose. Little Peter Rabbit had a fly upon his nose. So he flipped it and he flopped it and it flew away.
There was an old lady who swallowed a fly. I don't know why she swallowed a fly. Perhaps she'll die. There was an old lady who swallowed a spider that wiggled and wiggled and jiggled inside her. She swallowed the spider to catch the fly. I don't know why she swallowed a fly. Perhaps she'll die. There was an old lady who swallowed a bird. How absurd to swallow a bird! She swallowed the bird to catch the spider that wiggled and wiggled and jiggled inside her. She swallowed the spider to catch the fly. I don't know why she swallowed a fly. Perhaps she'll die. There was an old lady who swallowed a cat. Well, fancy that! She swallowed a cat. She swallowed the cat to catch the bird. She swallowed the bird to catch the spider that wiggled and wiggled and jiggled inside her. She swallowed the spider to catch the fly. I don't know why she swallowed a fly. Perhaps she'll die. There was an old lady who swallowed a dog. What a hog to swallow a dog! She swallowed the dog to catch the cat. She swallowed the cat to catch the bird. She swallowed the bird to catch the spider that wiggled and wiggled and jiggled inside her. She swallowed the spider to catch the fly. I don't know why she swallowed a fly. Perhaps she'll die. There was an old lady who swallowed a cow. I don't know how she swallowed a cow. She swallowed the cow to catch the dog. She swallowed the dog to catch the cat. She swallowed the cat to catch the bird. She swallowed the bird to catch the spider that wiggled and wiggled and jiggled inside her. She swallowed the spider to catch the fly. I don't know why she swallowed a fly. Perhaps she'll die. There was an old lady who swallowed a horse. She's dead, of course.
There came a man to our town, to our town, to our town. There came a man to our town, and his name was Aiken Drum. And he played upon a ladle, a ladle, a ladle. And he played upon a ladle, and his name was Aiken Drum. You know, John, he wore a very funny hat. His hat was made of scrambled eggs. Scrambled eggs. Scrambled eggs. His hat was made of scrambled eggs, and his name was Aiken Drum. And he played upon a ladle, a ladle, a ladle. And he played upon a ladle, and his name was Aiken Drum. Do you know what his shirt was made of?
I'm sure you're going to tell me.
His shirt was made of fish and chips.
Fish and chips.
Fish and chips.
I love it.
His shirt was made of fish and chips, and his name was Aiken Drum.
And he played upon a ladle, a ladle, a ladle.
And he played upon a ladle,
And his name was Aiken Drum.
And you know, he had some very strange pants.
I bet.
His pants were made of sausage rolls.
Sausage.
Sausage rolls. His pants were made of sausage rolls, and his name was Aiken Drum.
And he played upon a ladle, a ladle, a ladle. And he played upon a ladle, and his name was Aiken Drum. The king asked the queen, and the queen asked the dairymaid, could we have some butter for the royal slice of bread? The queen asked the dairymaid said, certainly, I'll go and tell the cow now, before she goes to bed. The dairymaid, she curtsied and went and told the Alderney, that's the cow. Don't forget the butter for the royal slice of bread. The old niece said sleepily, "You better tell His Majesty that many people nowadays like marmalade instead." The dairymaid said, "Fancy," and went to Her Majesty. She curtsied to the Queen, and she turned a little red. "Excuse me, Your Majesty, for taking of the liberty, but marmalade is tasty if it's very thickly spread." The Queen said, "Oh," and went to His Majesty. "Talking of the butter for the royal slice of bread, many people think that marmalade is nicer. Would you like to try a little marmalade instead?" The King said, "Bother," and then said, "Oh, dearie me." The King sobbed, "Oh, dearie me," and went back to bed. "Nobody," he whimpered, "could call me a fussy man. I only want a little bit of butter for my bread." The Queen said, "There, there," and went to the dairymaid. The dairymaid said, "There, there," and went to the shed. The cow said, "There, there. I didn't really mean it. Here's milk for his porringer and butter for his bread." The Queen took the butter and brought it to His Majesty. The King said, "Butter, eh?" and bounced out of bed. "Nobody," he said, as he kissed her tenderly. "Nobody," he said, as he slid down the banisters. "Nobody, my darling, could call me a fussy man, but I do like a little bit of butter to my bread."
Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet, eating her curds and whey. There came a big spider and sat down beside her and frightened Miss Muffet away. Oh! Little Miss Muffet had a friend called Little Miss Tucket. Little Miss Tucket sat on a bucket, eating some peaches and cream. There came a grasshopper and tried hard to stop her, but she said, "Go away or I'll scream." Next day, Little Miss Muffet went out again. Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet, eating a birthday stew. There came a big spider and sat down beside her, so Miss Muffet ate it up too. Well,
Lazy, 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 lazy Jane. She wants a drink of water, so she waits, and waits, and waits, and waits, and waits for it to rain.
It's raining, it's pouring, the old man is snoring. He went to bed and bumped his head and couldn't get up in the morning.
Dr. Foster went to Gloucester in a shower of rain. He stepped in a puddle right up to his middle and never went there again.
Miss Polly had a dolly who was sick, sick, sick. So she phoned for the doctor to be quick, quick, quick. The doctor came with his bag and his hat, and he rapped at the door with a rat-a-tat-tat. He looked at the dolly and he shook his head. He said,
"Miss Polly, put her straight to bed."
He wrote on a paper for a pill, pill, pill.
"I'll be back in the morning with my bill, bill, bill." That will make her better. Yes, it will. 3 cheeky monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. Daddy called the doctor. The doctor said,
"No more monkeys jumping on the bed."
2 cheeky monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. Daddy called the doctor. The doctor said,
"No more monkeys jumping on the bed."
1 cheeky monkey jumping on the bed. He fell off and bumped his head. Daddy called the doctor. The doctor said,
"No more monkeys jumping on the bed." That's what I said. No more monkeys jumping on the bed.
Susie had a baby. She called him Tiny Tim. She put him in the bathtub to see if he could swim. He drank up all the water. He ate up all the soap. He tried to eat the bathtub, but it wouldn't go down his throat. Susie called the doctor. Susie called the nurse. Susie called the lady with the alligator purse. In came the doctor, in came the nurse, in came the lady with the alligator purse. Mumps, said the doctor. Measles, said the nurse. Chicken pox, said the lady with the alligator purse. Bed, said the doctor. Bandage, said the nurse. Pizza, said the lady with the alligator purse. Out went the doctor, out went the nurse, out went the lady with the alligator purse. Bye-bye.
Christopher Robin had weasels and sneezels. They bundled him into his bed. They gave him what goes with a cold in the nose, and some more for a cold in the head. They wondered if weasels could turn into measles, if sneezels would turn into mumps. They examined his chest for a rash and the rest of his body for swellings and lumps. They sent for some doctors in sneezels and weasels to tell them what ought to be done. All sorts and conditions of famous physicians came hurrying round at a run. They all made a note of the state of his throat. They asked if he suffered from thirst. They asked if the sneezels came after the weasels, or if the first sneezel came first. They said, if you teasel a sneezel or weasel, a mizzle may easily grow, but humour or pleasel the weasel or sneezel, the weasel will certainly go. They expounded the reasons for sneezels and weasels, the manner of measles when new. They said, if he freezels in draughts and in breezels, then measles may even ensue. Christopher Robin got up in the morning. The sneezels had vanished away, and the look in his eyes seemed to say to the sky, now, how to amuse them today.
Tissue! Ring-a-ring-a-roses, a pocket full of posies, a tissue, we all fall down.
Jumbo, Jumbo, sitting on a matchbox, eating bread and cheese. Up came a rat and hit him on the back and made poor Jumbo sneeze. Phew!
I went to the animal fair, the birds and the beasts were there. The big baboon by the light of the moon was combing his auburn hair. The monkey fell out of his bunk and slid down the elephant's trunk. The elephant sneezed, achoo, and fell on his knees. And what became of the monkey, 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 monkey? I went to the animal fair, the birds and the beasts were there. The big baboon by the light of the moon was combing his auburn hair. The monkey fell out of his bunk and slid down the elephant's trunk. The elephant sneezed, achoo, and fell on his knees. And what became of the monkey, 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 monk?
Perhaps the monkey met a chimpanzee. Abba-dabba-dabba-dabba-dabba-dabba-dabba, said the chimpy to the monk. Babba-dabba-dabba-dabba-dabba-dabba-dabba, said the monkey to the chimp. All night long they chatter away, all day long they were happy and gay, swinging and singing in a honky-tonky way. Abba-dabba-dabba-dabba-dabba-dabba-dabba means monk, I love but you. Babba-dabba-dab in monkey talk means chimp, I love you too. Then the big baboon one night in June, he married them and very soon they went up on their abba-dabba honeymoon. And they lived abba-dabbily ever after.
Monkey, monkey, moo, monkey, monkey, do. I'm a monkey, you're a monkey, he's a monkey too. Boo! Boo to you too.
All around the cobbler's bench, the monkey chased the weasel. The monkey stopped to pull up his socks. Pop goes the weasel.
Boom, boom, bing,
Jibber jabber joo.
On the ning nang nong, where the cows go bong, and the monkeys all say boo. There's a nong nang ning, where the trees go bing, and the teapots jibber jabber joo. On the nong ning nang, all the mice go clang, and you just can't catch them when they do. So it's ning nang nong, cows go bong, nong nang ning, trees go bing, nong ning nang, the mice go clang. What a noisy place to belong is the ning nang ning nang nong.
Jibber jabber ding, jibber jabber jing, jibber jabber ding.
Down in the jungle where nobody goes, there's a great big gorilla washing his clothes with a rub-a-dub here and a rub-a-dub there. That's the way he washes his clothes.
Boobity boom boom, boogie woogie woogie. Boobity boom boom, boogie woogie woogie. Boobity boom boom, boogie woogie woogie. That's the way he washes his clothes.
Down in the jungle where nobody goes, there's a huge hippopotamus washing his clothes with a rub-a-dub here and a rub-a-dub there. That's the way he washes his clothes. Boobity boom boom, boogie woogie woogie. Boobity boom boom, boogie woogie woogie. Boobity boom boom, boogie woogie woogie. That's the way he washes his clothes.
Down in the jungle where nobody goes, there's a tiny little mouse washing his clothes with a rub-a-dub here and a rub-a-dub there. That's the way he washes his clothes.
Boobity boom boom, boogie woogie woogie. Boobity boom boom, boogie woogie woogie. Boobity boom boom, boogie woogie woogie.
That's the way he washes his clothes. One more time.
Boobity boom boom, boogie woogie woogie. Boobity boom boom, boogie woogie woogie. Boobity boom boom, boogie woogie woogie. That's the way he washes his clothes.
Hickory Dickory Dock, the mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck 1. The mouse ran down. Hickory Dickory Dock. Hickory Dickory Dock, the cow ran up the clock. The clock struck 2. The cow said, moo. Hickory Dickory Dock. Hickory Dickory Dock, the pig ran up the clock. The clock struck 3. The pig said, wee, wee, wee. Hickory Dickory Dock. Hickory Dickory Dock, Humpty ran up the clock. The clock struck 4. He fell on the floor. Hickory Dickory Dock.
Humpty Dumpty sat in a chair while the barber cut his hair. He cut it long, he cut it short, he cut it with a knife and fork.
Humpty Dumpty sat up in bed, eating yellow bananas. Where do you think he put the skins?
Where?
Down his striped pyjamas.
Diddle Diddle Dumpling, my son John, went to bed with his trousers on, one shoe off and the other shoe on. Diddle Diddle Dumpling, my son John.
A woman in Woolloomooloo once painted her garden bright blue. She painted the trees and the birds and the bees, and she painted her pussycat too.
Old Noah got a couple of cats.
Meow, meow.
A couple of cats and put them in the ark. Old Noah got a couple of possums.
Cough, cough.
A couple of possums.
Meow, meow.
A couple of cats and put them in the ark. Old Noah got some kangaroos.
Thump, thump.
Some kangaroos.
Cough, cough.
A couple of possums.
Meow, meow.
A couple of cats and put them in the ark. Old Noah got some kookaburras. Some kookaburras.
Thump, thump.
Some kangaroos.
Cough, cough.
A couple of possums.
Meow, meow.
A couple of cats and put them in the ark. Old Noah got a couple of ducks.
Quack, quack.
A couple of ducks. Some kookaburras.
Thump, thump.
Some kangaroos.
Cough, cough.
A couple of possums.
Meow, meow.
A couple of cats and put them in the ark. Old Noah got a couple of doves. Coo, coo. A couple of doves.
Quack, quack.
A couple of ducks. Some kookaburras.
Thump, thump.
Some kangaroos.
Cough, cough.
A couple of possums.
Meow, meow.
A couple of cats and put them in the ark. Old Noah gave a joyful shout.
Learn.
A joyful shout. Coo, coo. A couple of doves.
Quack, quack.
A couple of ducks. Some kookaburras.
Thump, thump.
Some kangaroos.
Cough, cough.
A couple of possums.
Meow, meow.
A couple of cats. And they all came out of the ark.
We don't know the reason and we don't know why, but we do know it's time to say goodbye.
See you later, alligator.
Don't eat all the mashed potatoes.
See you soon, Green Balloon.
Toodaloo, kangaroo.
Bye-bye, meat pie.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.